6. Alright, part 6. Alright, choose life. Life. The life is the Mashiach. That's the life. He is your rabbi today. He is your head. If you're the man, the Mashiach is your head. If you're the woman, your man is your head. Right? Because in the mind, in the heart of the man is Christ. And in the heart of the Christ is Yahuwah, our Elohim. So therefore, the Christ is your brother. Don't hate or despise the teachings of your brother, especially if you are Israelite. You know Christ was an Israelite. So obey his teachings. You know that's not of his own teachings. You know, what he conveyed to the disciples, that was conveyed because the Most High told him to. Whatever he said was not of his own, right, according to the gospel, right? Because you know that the Most High Father, Yahuwah, our Elohim, or Elohim, has sent him, right? You see? Mary was barren. Mary just like Sarah. Sarah was barren. You see? Mary was elected, just like Sarah was elected. You see? Did not both of them conceive? Alright then. You of the free woman, not of the bond woman. The law of the Lord is spiritual. The law of Yahuwah, our Elohim, our Father, is spiritual. It's not carnal, right? Let me show you something. Let me show you something. Let me show y'all something. Show y'all something. Shalom, Adonai. Let me show you something. Alright. I showed you this on one of my other parts. This is what you need to understand. In the book of Hebrews, it quoted Psalms 40:8 when it says, I delight to do your will, O my God. Your law, right, is within my heart. If you know that the law is the Torah, right, the 5 books of Moses, which is including the last book of the law, which is Deuteronomy, then you should know this passage right here. You should know not only just Deuteronomy the 28th chapter dealing with the blessings and the curses, you should also acknowledge Deuteronomy the 30th chapter. You see, Deuteronomy is the summary of the other books, really mainly pertaining to Exodus, Leviticus, and Numbers, right? From them, those are the books that deals with Moses and the Israelites, you know, because you won't get that in Genesis, right? Because you dealing with the law, everything that's been conveyed from the Most High to Moses to his people, right, to Israel, right? How to acknowledge their own God, how to deal with each other as Israel, and how to deal with non-Israelite people, right? Come on now. Ain't no way around this. So, since you know that, and you've been revealed Hebrews 10:9, and been revealed Psalms 40:8, let me show you something else that you should acknowledge. The prophet Isaiah. in chapter 46 and verse 9. You need to understand this passage, because you can't live by bread alone. You can't live by Moses alone. You cannot live by the teachings of Moses alone. You cannot live by certain prophets alone. Every word of Yahuwah counts. You know what I'm saying? It matters. You know, this is what you need to understand. Remember the former things, right? Long past, right? Past. Antiquity. You see? If you pay attention to my earlier parts, we came across the word antiquity for the term old, right? For the term old. Let's go back. Let's go back. For the term old, which is an adjective describing the covenant, describing the testament, right? Describing a testimony, right? Let's go to it. Let's prove it. Scripture say prove all things, right? It's all about being humble. Look at that. Aged. Antique. There's no way around. Ain't no way around it. Let's go to past. Antiquity. The same word leveled up. For I am God, Yahuwah, right? The power, and there is no other power. I am Yahuwah, and there is no one like me. You see? You gotta follow the Mashiach. You got to. You gotta follow him. He will teach you all things. He will reveal to you all things. Alright? Let's go to the Old Covenant real quick. When you type in Old Covenant. Alright? Now we're going to go to Apostle Paul real quick. When he talked to the Corinthian congregation. The people who are in the Mashiach, right? Alright, trying to let this load. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a 10-minute video. See there? Let's read it in context a little bit, The glory of the new covenant, right? Those of you who subscribe to the new covenant, who say that you are part of the new covenant now and out of the old covenant. Those who are of the free woman and not of the bond woman, the Israelites, right? According to the redemption of the Israelites, So you got two types of Israelites running around. You got those running around toting the old covenant and those toting the new covenant, right? It says we are not like Moses. We are not like Moses, right? No disrespect to Moses, but we are not like Moses. Why? Because you already know the last book of the law about the blessings and the curses. And you know Mashiach's teachings. Okay, and it says who would put a veil over his face to keep the Israelites from gazing at the end of what was fading away. This is spiritual. You gotta understand, Paul. But their minds were closed, right? These Israelite brothers' minds closed. For to this day, see, this day, this is way after Sinai. The same veil remains at the reading of the old covenant. See, the book of the law. It has been lifted. It has not been lifted. It has not been lifted because only in Christ, Messiah, can it be removed. See there? You gotta have the Mashiach to lead you into all truth. And even to this day, when Moses is read, a veil covers their heart.